Hello, friends of Sunday Kehwa Sits. Thank Mushtaq Bala and Kashmir Pen. And today I'm going to read a short story of Ray Bradbury and Kushal Podar, a good friend of mine, a very good friend of mine. He requested me to narrate this story, and this story also happened to be one of my favorite stories. So, and I'm sure all of you must have heard of Ray Bradbury. He was one of the most celebrated 20th century American writers. He excelled in the field of horror, fantasy, science fiction, mystery. And as a young kid, he spent most of his time in the library reading H.G. Wells and Edgar Allan Poe and many others. He says that he fell in love with life, and libraries were also the love of his life. And there is another quote which I always keep in mind. He said, libraries are places where great minds wait to meet readers. And another quote, which I am very fond of, the things that you do should be the things that you love, and the things that you love should be the things that you do. So this is Ray Bradbury for you. He was born on 22nd August 1920 and died on 5th June 2012. So the story that I'm going to read to you today is The Pedestrian. It was originally published on 7th August 1951 in The Reporter. The Pedestrian. Let me tell you at the very outset that it is a dystopian story. I'll not read the entire story because I don't have the time, but I want you to read the entire story, and I want you to analyze it too in the present context. Leonard Mead loves to walk. There is nothing wrong in walking, but still he is arrested. Why? Let me read on so that you can get an idea. So here I start to read extracts from the story, a story that I love and a story that you will also love. On this particular evening, he began his journey in a westerly direction toward the hidden sea. There was a good crystal frost in the air. It cut the nose and made the lungs blaze like a Christmas tree inside. You could feel the cold light going on and off, all the branches filled with invisible snow. Hello in there, hello in there, he whispered to every house on every side as he moved. What's up tonight on Channel 4, Channel 7, Channel 9? Where are the cowboys rushing? And do I see the United States cavalry over the next hill to the rescue? The street was silent and long and empty, with only his shadow moving like the shadow of a hawk in mid-country. What is it now? He asked the houses, noticing his wristwatch. 8:30 p.m., time for a dozen assorted murders, a quiz, a comedian falling off the stage. He turned back on a side street, circling around toward his home. He was within a block of his destination when the lone car turned a corner quite suddenly and flashed a fierce white cone of light upon him. He stood entranced, not unlike a night moth, stunned by the illumination and then drawn towards it. A metallic voice called to him, stand still, where you are, don't move. He halted. Put up your hands. But, he said, your hands up or we'll shoot. The police, of course, but what a rare, incredible thing. In a city of 3 million, there was only one police car left. Wasn't that correct? Ever since a year ago, 2052, the election year, the force had been cut down from 3 cars to 1. Crime was ebbing. There was no need for the police, save for this one lone car wandering the empty streets. Your name? Said the police car in a metallic whisper. He couldn't see the men in it for the bright light in his eyes. Leonard Mead, he said. Speak up. Business or profession? I guess you would call me a writer. No profession, said the police car, as if talking to itself. The light held him fixed like a museum specimen, needle thrust through his chest. You might say that, said Mr. Mead. He hadn't written in years. No profession, said the phonograph voice hissing. What are you doing out? Walking, said Leonard Mead. Walking? Just walking, he said simply, but his face felt cold. Walking, just walking. Yes, sir. Walking here for what? Walking for air, walking to sea. Your address? And there is air in your house? You have an air conditioner, Mr. Mead? Yes. And you have a viewing screen in your house to see with? No. There was a crackling quiet that in itself was an accusation. Are you married, Mr. Mead? No. Not married? Said the police voice behind the fiery beam. The moon was high and clear among the stars, and the houses were grey and silent. The police car in the center of the street, with its radio throat faintly humming. Well, Mr. Mead, is that all? He asked politely. Yes, said the voice. Here. There was a sigh, a pop. The back door of the police car sprang wide. Get in. Wait a minute. I haven't done anything. Get in. I protest. Mr. Mead. He walked like a man suddenly drunk. As he passed the front door of the car, he looked in. As he had expected, there was no one on the front seat, no one in the car at all. Get in. He put his hand to the door and peered into the back seat, which was a little cell, a little black jail with bars. It smelled of riveted steel. It smelled of harsh antiseptic. It smelled too clean and hard and metallic. There was nothing soft there. So I stop here and I leave you to do the mulling over and see and read the entire story. And toodaloo, see you again next Sunday. Bye.